We'll say it together. Lord, make me a channel of your peace, that where there is hatred, I may bring love, that where there is wrong, I may bring the spirit of forgiveness, that where there is discord, I may bring harmony, that where there is error, I may bring truth, that where there is doubt, I may bring faith, that where there is despair, I may bring hope, that where there are shadows, I may bring light, that where there is sadness, I may bring joy. Lord, grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, to understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. For it is by forgetting self that one finds. It is by forgiving that one is forgiven. It is by dying that one awakens to eternal life. Amen.
I am Victoria and I am married to D'Souza. Mother Teresa, I have great regards for Mother Teresa. In fact, I admire her qualities. The first time I encountered her was during the Bangladesh War. That was in 1971, in the refugee camp in Salt Lake. She was deeply engaged in, taking care of all these people walking from Bangladesh, coming to Kolkata. They were crossing the border and coming. I was just a young girl. I was about 20-year-old when I met Mother. And it shocked me. Somehow, when I heard that Mother has got this, I desired to go and be of some help when I can. I had witnessed the misery of the people who crossed over to West Bengal during those days. I saw many organizations who came to give support and comfort in misery. I had seen Mother Teresa actively involved in bringing joy, peace to these unfortunate people who needed help and support. For Mother, it was her priority to serve these people who had no home. Mother took a keen interest in sending her sisters to various camps. First and foremost, to give the needy tenderness, comfort in their time of agony, and to serve them in their physical need and condition, and also provided the food packets and medicines. She truly became a mother to all these people affected by the terrible war in Bangladesh. My helping hand those days was, I was deeply moved by Mother's presence. And it reminded me of the people of Israel in the Bible, whom Moses had led to the land of freedom, the promised land. I was inspired to give a helping hand to Mother and to the other sisters and other organizations who were involved in the humanitarian service. I used to go only 2 days a week. Those were my 2 days of rest. It was Sunday and Thursday. Those days only Sunday and Thursday schools were closed. I was teaching them. I was a young girl and it gave me great joy to serve the people, washing them, cleaning them, listening to their stories, terrible, bitter stories. My eyes were filled with tears and my heart was emotionally hit because their stories were unbelievable. The parents that they have faced before leaving Dhaka, their children being raped in front of their eyes. Those women were crying and telling. The inspiration of Mother Teresa gave me. It was the first encounter with mass humanity who suffered the same misery. Their uprootedness, homelessness, and insecurity. Mother Teresa became my inspiration. My eyes could not believe the way she stood strong in the midst of uncertainty. Her only concern was to serve humanity from destruction. I marveled and admired the way Mother Teresa unassumingly worked for the people with so much love. It was her faith in God and her total dependence on divine providence. She was a beggar herself, but she never thought once. She trusted in God so much. As a young girl, I understood well how God provides our needs when we surrender ourselves fully to God and wait on Him for an answer. This was a spiritual awakening for me. This experience penetrated deeply my whole being, my mind, my heart, my soul. Unknowingly, it disturbed me. And ever since, I tried to understand Mother's hand in my life. Mother Teresa did influence me. My life principle and my love for God. Mother Teresa taught me the simple ways to love God, teaching not by many words, but by her life and her example. Her most powerful way to love God and suffering neighbors was her total surrender and commitment to the cause of peace. Mother's guide to holiness ever since. After the war was over, many went back to their homes and others settled down in West Bengal. My job took me away from Kolkata, and to my surprise, I returned as a bride to get married to Dennis, a boy from Kolkata, in the year 1975. Since 1978, my permanent home has been Kolkata, the city of joy, and Park Circus, the Christ the King Church, where I got married 50 years ago, is still our parish. He is one of the oldest surviving member of Christ the King Parish. Here he was baptized. That's the first time when the church was built, when he was baptized. I met Mother on several occasions, and many a times I had the opportunity to spend time with her, being in the Italian consulate since a very long time. But I never ever thought of taking a picture with Mother. I would in fact click picture for people who came to meet Mother while I was with her. I would click for them, but it never struck me that I should take a picture with her. One day when I went to Mother, from far she saw me and she said, "Victoria, wait, please sit down. I have surprise for you." She went away running back to her room. She came back with a paper in her hand and a pen. She sat down near me on that bench in front of her room. She gave her autograph. She wrote, "God bless you, Mother Teresa MC." On the picture, I didn't know where she was writing. I didn't know what it was, but "Take, this is for you," she said. I was shocked. Mother's picture with me, imagine, and such a beautiful picture. Such an intimate picture. I was said, Mother, from where did you get this picture? She said, you don't have one, no? One gentleman came, he is a photographer. He told me, Mother, this picture, do you know this lady? I told him, yes, I know her. Give it to me, I'll give it to her. Mother understood everything. You don't have to tell Madam anything. She knows. Just utter and she understands the rest. So she took the picture and kept it. And when I went, she gave it to me. And yes, I know. I said, I feel so special and blessed that I have such a memorable relic. It's a relic for me. Mother giving me a picture. People go, there was no camera. We had to take a camera, no mobile phone. You have to take camera to take photo. That's the reason I didn't have because I didn't have a camera. She would take photo. So I said, thank you, Mother Mary, thank you, Jesus. Some personal observances I have of Mother. Okay, this is my encounter with Mother. Personal observances. Mother could read my sins with her intense gaze right into my eyes. She did it very well where I was concerned. It was not possible to hide secrets from Mother. She would not say it, but made sure that I understood somehow. She was very diplomatic. Somehow she makes sure that I know. That she knows my sin. She was a saint, and I didn't take picture with her. Can you believe? It's not. I don't know how I couldn't think of it. Anyway, God has thought of it, and Mother was the instrument. She well understood family life, that needs of the family to be together. On several occasions, she helped me to go abroad. So many times, those days I wouldn't earn much. I just started my work. So, I wanted to take my two boys to go to foreign countries so that they get used to, because I said that finally I want to send them abroad to study. But I couldn't afford to go for holiday. And Mother would give me a ticket. Every summer, before summer, in the month of March, April, I will go to Mother. What's the calendar? There's time for your holiday, huh? She knows. She knows it's time for holiday. Victoria has come so that she can take her boys too. And I have seen the world with Mother's love for me. I am an orphan, by the way. And that Mother knew. I lost my parents when I was a young girl. I was not with Mother, but another congregation with the Salesians of Don Bosco. I was with them. But Mother could understand that I was grown up. Because she has lived with orphans all her life. She can smell them. So that was the connection I had with her. I didn't have to tell much. She could read everything. She was a person. I came to know Mother's charism to love the poorest of the poor in her homes for children, the abandoned, the homeless, and the rejected. That was her charism. She knew nothing else but the poor. In the poor, she saw Jesus. I'm sure she saw Jesus even in me, because I was also a poor innocent no parents must have felt. I say boldly that in the moments of crisis in my life and my family, I have felt that her prayers worked powerfully many a time. I have increased my faith in God and God's providence, having met Mother. Mother understood instantly the many human problems that affected my life. She did not need much of explanation about anything. What I wanted to say or wish even in my heart, she understood. She could just sense them without words. She resonated so well with my being. My meeting with her gave always a divine spark, and my soul was enlightened every time I met Mother. Mother has obtained for me numerous graces, and she has continuously worked miracles in my life. Even after her earthly departure to heaven, through her intercession, the impossible were made possible in my life. Now, this is my encounter with Mother, but I have even a further episode of my life to add to Mother's powerful intervention in my life. Suddenly one day, our parish priest here called us after evening mass and told us, those who want to become lay missionaries of charity, please remain in the church after mass. Sister will talk to you, give you an idea. I wanted to get up and come, but then one of the person said, Victoria, remain now. You don't want to, you can always not join, remain, she told. Powerful, huh? Because you can miss grace in fraction of seconds, huh? Sometimes we ignore and we walk away. I always think back. When I think back, now that day if I did not listen to my next neighbor who stopped me from going away, I wouldn't have enjoyed 50 years of married life. Because she had played a great role to keep my marriage. And I remained there, and Father Orson was the parish priest. And he was very fond of Mother Teresa, very, very fond. So he wanted to encourage us to join. And rightly, it was the will of God, I'm sure, and will of Mother. I remained, and 2 years of formation we had, like aspirants, once a week, of course, but 2 years, it's a long time, because Mother was very, very strict. She is not a person who will request you, look, these are the terms and conditions. You like it, take it. You don't like it, be happy, go. Huh? No, please, and no. I like that uprightness of Mother. Huh? She's not afraid to lose anyone. And she doesn't lose. In her congregation, very few nuns go away. Huh? And also, among the LMCs, very few have stopped. We have to renew our vows every year. And because we are lay people, if we are not comfortable, we can leave. We're not forced. This is what Mother is. She doesn't impose on anyone. But it is so beautiful to be an LMC. For the family, which is deteriorating every day. Huh? as I was going through the 2 years of our studies, I felt that I am not fit at all to be a missionary of charity. I told Sister Lynn, who is still our superior, the LMCs, no? I said, Sister, I cannot be a LMC. Why, Victoria? No, it's too difficult, sister. You are. Forget about loving my husband, I said. I cannot even pray for him. How can I pretend to love him? You know what Celine did? She said, Celine, come, we go to Mother's tomb. She took me to Mother's tomb and she said, you tell Mother this. What you told me, you tell Mother. She made me tell Mother this. And she said, you come one day in the afternoon. I want to hear you. I want to listen. She wants me to open to her my married life and what is the, she wanted to see what is the difficulty, where I am stuck, you know. So she said, you come one day. So one day I went and we sat in the steps going up upstairs, not this one, the other one, the back one. We sat in the steps for 2 hours and we spoke. I told her everything, how I got married. I said that, you know, my sister, I didn't want to marry him. But all the fathers, sisters, everybody wanted me to marry him. I said, okay, I have no problem. I didn't have anybody else and nobody in mind. So, okay, since he was so insisting, I said, okay, let it be Dennis. I married like that. So you can imagine, one-sided love it was. And, okay, I got married, I took my vows, I'm happy. Difficulties came and I said, oh, I knew it because that's not my cup of tea. I used to say, anyway, never mind what to do. Somehow we were surviving. As I said, imagine, I said, I have to love him. Not enough to say. Love him means what? You have to feel for him, no? Not to say, I love you. Really? I can't even pray for him. He doesn't deserve to be prayed for. Why should I going to love him? So Lynn told me a secret. And what she said is, Victoria, do me one favor. Every morning when you get up, you take Dennis and you put him on the foot of the cross of Jesus. You put him there. Every day you do it. Can you do? Oh yeah, very easy. I'll do. I said, okay, it's not difficult. To put, think in my mind, no? Jesus, I put him on your foot of your cross. I have been doing, I don't know what happened. So, in about 6 months' time, I felt love for him. I felt that I don't know, feelings, awakened. The closeness of all those, some factors were there, opened up. I could not believe myself. It was a miracle of Mother. So, I used to go to Mother's tomb and cry to thank her. Because it was so beautiful. What should have been, didn't happen. At times we need some guidance in that way. Intervention of the saintly people. Intervention of wise people to do what is right. And obedience, I must say, is very important in our life. If I didn't obey that girl who stopped me to become an LMC, at least listen to sister. And then again, Sister Lynn telling me, put him at the foot of the cross. It is obedience. And obedience have great power. I would like to add here that because of disobedience, Israelites have suffered tremendously just because of disobedience. Instead, obedience crowns it with grace and blessing and prosperity. For married people especially. And in our vows, there is one vow we take of obedience. We have 4 vows, like the sisters, like the brothers. One is chastity. Ours is conjugal chastity. That means only with my husband I can have sex, not outside my husband. That is a vow of chastity for married people. I cannot look at another man and desire. I'm breaking my vow. Second vow is vow of poverty. Poverty doesn't mean that we have to give up everything. Poverty is a thing to be happy with what you have, to be content, not to desire. That is what we learned in our statutes, our vows. And not to be over ambitious to get more and more and more. Be satisfied with what you have. And you get, because you get. Because of the third vow is obedience. Obedience is very hard, very difficult to be obedient. But obedience brings immense blessings of God, immense grace of God. Miracles happen because of obedience. Why you think fathers and sisters, they are living one place and going into the jungle, into the wilderness, they are going away. After becoming bishop, they become an ordinary priest. After superior, they become an ordinary nun. Obedience. And it costs to be obedient. But that cost showers us with abundance of blessing and graces, which I have received as a lay person. And the fourth vow is service to the poorest of the poor. Free service to the poorest of the poor. And you know what Mother says? You married people, your poorest of the poor is inside your house, not outside your house. Your husband, your wife, your children, your helper, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, your sister-in-law, brother-in-law, they are all your responsibility because they are the poorest of the poor. And what Mother considers poor is not poverty for money, poverty for love. For Mother, without love, you are the most poor person on earth. And that is the most expensive thing that we don't want to give. We don't want to give. We can give money, but we will not give love. Which I have learned as a missionary of charity, to love my people in the house first. And then outside. Mother also says, we don't need you outside, my dear. If you do your fourth vow inside your house is enough, more than enough. It's true. That is the power of keeping the family united and together. If people see in your house love, they will not go and look for love outside, no? What makes a husband go away or a wife go away? What makes? Lack of love. Because they get somewhere else. This is what Mother teaches us to do. And this I would like to share with all the married couples. This beautiful gift of Mother to practice in their homes, which has saved our life. It's our vow says, I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit. Fruit that will last. And then the Father, God the Father, will give you everything you ask in my name. What I command you is to love one another. John 15, 16, 17. The very headline of our vows. In a family minus love cannot survive. Cannot live. Disintegration of the family is because minus love is disappeared. You look for love outside and you go astray. So I am very happy to share this beautiful encounter with this saintly mother of all of us, and I'm so blessed that we are in the same city of Mother to be able to give this witness of my life. Love itself, without forgiveness, there is no love. Without sacrifice, there is no love. That love word is powerful. That is sufficient. If I don't know, till now Dennis have not told me, but I see that he is happy. Maybe he feels, because love is not something you express with mouth. Love, it vibrates, no? Love you can feel. A blind person can feel love. That is the power of love. Mother Teresa's love was felt because of her service to humanity. Now, if you do service to your home, you are doing service out of love, not out of any other motive. Because in your house, people don't like to do. Why? Because nobody will say, oh, well done. Oh my, you are doing so much good. Never you'll hear. People, instead of that, they'll ignore you completely. That is sacrifice. You are loving, you are doing service to your husband or to your family, and you are not getting a thank you. What happens to you? Your reaction? You get annoyed. But the moment you say, but I have done it because I have to live my vows of to serve the poorest of the poor free of cost. If they say thank you to me, it is no more free. They're paying you for it. The fact that nobody in the house says thank you, oh how nice, you are so available, or nothing of this kind you will hear in the house. No? That itself is a sacrifice. To accept that in your home is itself is a sacrifice. We have to mature to that extent to be able to love. Forgiveness is automatic. You will not be able to do service in your home if you don't forgive. It will backfire, no? You will not be able to do. You have to be free to be able to serve your husband or your children or do your work in your house. First you have to forgive yourself and then you forgive others. If you don't forgive yourself, you cannot forgive others. Forgiveness is very, 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 is a block, because many times we don't forgive ourselves. It's a block. To me, this was very clear with Mother. She has, by her life, have made available these qualities of her life. You remember when Mother asked one person for some help, that person spat on her hand, and what did she say? She said, okay, this is thank you, this is for me. Now you give something for my poor. You see, forgiveness, immediate forgiveness. Huh? Instead of getting offended, what? I am asking for the poor and you are speaking. This quality people must notice. Then you can become that. If you don't notice, you don't become that. In the house, nobody will thank you. Forget your wife telling you thank you or your husband telling you thank you. Forget. Nobody will appreciate. That sacrifice itself is a big sacrifice. Not the sacrifice that I don't eat and I'm giving you. To keep the family together, these little sacrifices are more important. Very vital. Like mother, she forgave that man who spat on her hand. She could have said, what audacity. No. Thank you. This is from me. What a beautiful forgiveness. You know, the devil plays up havoc to separate husband and wife, couples. That is their only. Why? Adam and Eve was tackled. The very, very holy people God made. Who did it? The devil. So, and he will not finish. He has not finished. He is very much ruling the world now. Okay, he is ruling each one of us. We have to be, I must say, if we are not prayerful, we get cut. Only our prayer can save us. We have to try to be holy. We have to try to be prayerful. We have to spend time with Jesus. Must. Especially couples. Is a must. Because even now, after 50 years, we can even say goodbye. Because we come up. Human being, no? Human being. We have to be aware that the devil is prowling around. And we cannot fight the devil alone. We need Jesus. We need Mother Mary. We need them. Rosary in the house. Important. Even 1 decade, sometimes we don't have, but at least once a week you say the full rosary. If 1 decade, nicely, say it. Sit down together and say it. We have to sacrifice a little time, my dear, to be safe from the devil. Not because people are bad, the husband is bad or wife is bad. No. This is all the wickedness of the devil. He's playing up havoc with everyone. He knows that if he shakes the couple, the whole family collapses. No? He knows. He'll get everybody. So his aim is this. But the couples have to be wise. The couples have to be clever. They have to spend time with Jesus because they cannot fight the battle. Nobody can fight. And this I have learned. Mother spends time, hours in front of the Blessed Sacrament. I have learned from her to sit in front of that sacrament. And it gives me so much joy. And that is my power. I have done so many good things in my life because I can't believe how was it possible. Only because you sit in front of the Blessed Sacrament. You get empowered. You get filled. You don't need money to do good work. You need the power in you to do good work. Say your famous dialogue. Say.
Your famous dialogue.
What you always say that saved our marriage? That's.
I would say one thing only, and that only one thing. If there is an alteration between both parties, some words, it happens, no? In every family. It's nothing new. It can happen every day, it can happen once a week, whatever. But it happens. I would say, one party remain quiet. Don't answer back. Be silent. Because if the opposite side flares up, opens his mouth, whatever, it will go on and on and on. So one side is saying something harsh or very hurtful. The other side should keep quiet. That is my advice.
You didn't say your famous word.
Which one?
Patience.
Yeah, it comes down to patience. Comes down to patience. You must have lots of patience. Patience many people don't have. People may have a little, but plenty, they don't have. Patience in everything. And quietness is one form of patience. Whatever you like to say.
My message would be that we should increase our prayer for all, because there is no other solution. You and I cannot do anything, but God can do. And we have a generous God. And God says, ask and you will receive. With sincere heart, we have to ask. And pray this little bit, if every family, not only peace in their home, peace in the world. Holy Father is talking about peace every day, because that is his prime wish, that there should be peace. As I said earlier, the devil will not allow peace. War also is because of the devil. But who can fight the devil is only God. And Mother Mary can crush the head of the devil. But we have to intercede. We have to pray. That little bit we have to, it's our duty. We cannot do much for the world, but in our little home, in our little heart, we can at least pray for the people who are suffering with war, the people who are arrogant, people who are destroying. We have to pray for the good and the bad. The bad also have to be saved, Jesus said. Jesus came to save, not the good only. Only the bad. Only a sick person needs a doctor, Jesus says. So we have to pray also for Modi. We have to pray for Trump. These are people in power who can do plenty of good if they want. But they have to want it. And who will help them? You and I. By our prayer. Sincere desire for peace is prayer. There is no another way. Thank you.